Guys know the Las Vegas Raiders, they're terrible at football. Currently 2-6, which has them in projection for a top 5. Might not even be a top 5, might be the #1 pick. They have a chance to get it. And their franchise has been, let's just say, cursed or bad or terrible, or I don't know how they get this bad, okay? But they're just not a good franchise, and it starts off with one position and one position only, which is quarterback. And ever since Derek Carr left, they haven't found his replacement. They've tried to many times. Even then, Derek Carr wasn't really that good, but still. So, Shedeur Sanders, a lot of people think he should be a Raider. I don't think so. I think they're going to be dumb again and pick Carson fucking Beck, but who knows. So, in today's video, I'm going to see if Mr. Shedeur Sanders could save this Raiders franchise and if he can do something in the NFL. So, I have Shedeur right here. I have his same exact stats from college football, by the way, so that's why he's a 94 overall. I didn't make it like, oh, he's a rookie, but we're gonna see, could Shedeur Sanders save the Las Vegas Raiders? Okay, so as we're about to sim, I will say there's only there's only 3 ways that the simulation will end. Is either A, he leads them to the Super Bowl, B, he leaves the Raiders, he leaves and I'll probably send like a year after that, or if he calls it a career. So let's see how he does in year #1. Okay, so at the end of year 1, the Raiders went 8-9, which didn't get in the playoffs. They were the 10th seed, which is kind of crazy looking at the NFC at the AFC. But let's see how Sanders did in year #1. So he had 3,500 passing yards, 29 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. That's not bad. Rushing wise, he only had 300 rushing yards. That's alright. What did it give him Rookie of the Year? No, he did not get Offensive Rookie of the Year. I went to Xavier Worthy as Sanders finished #4. Yeah, year 1, better improvements, 8-9. Let's see how they do in year #2. Also, if you like these type of videos, liking and subscribing I would be really appreciative for. I can't say that word for some reason, but I would really appreciate if you guys just like and subscribe. Comment down below what other players I should do this for, and if I should do this for college teams, if I should bring back like a former player to save the program. But yeah, let's just see what happens in year #2. Okay, so for year #2, the Raiders finished 12-5, which got them the #2 seed in the playoffs. That's fucking crazy. Let's just see, how does Shedeur do in year #2? Okay, so he had 3,398 passing yards to 38 touchdowns to 4 picks. So passing, like, yard wise, it stayed the same from last year, but he threw for more touchdowns and less interceptions. And he rushed for less yards, but Jordan Mason somehow became a Raider. I don't know how the fuck Jordan Mason became a Raider, but he became a Raider. Damn, 12-5. They obviously win their division. Damn, let's see, who the hell did they play? I will only do this for like this one because I can't do it for all of them. Damn, so the only losses to the Chiefs, the Texans, the Eagles, the Chiefs again, and the Cowboys. Okay, so Sanders' first playoff game, can he win it? Let's see. If Shedeur Sanders get a playoff win, he does get a playoff win, as they beat them by only 7 points. How does he play? 2 touchdowns, no picks. Okay, solid. But now they play the Ravens, who I don't know if they're gonna beat the Ravens, to be honest. But he can Shedeur Sanders lead them to the end? He cannot lead them to the AFC Championship, as they lose by 6 points, probably in overtime. Yup, in overtime. As damn, 7-13, the Jaguars beat the Bills. Okay, that's certainly something. But year 2 went a lot better. They went to the fucking divisional round, but next they're gonna want to go for the fucking, I don't even know, they're gonna want to go win it all in year 3. But let's see how happens in year 3. Okay, so as for year 3, they ended up disappointing, going from 12-5 all the way down to 9-8, missing the playoffs as a 10th seed. So they kind of replicated what happened in year 1. But Sanders, he did 3,247 passing yards, 30 touchdowns to 2 picks. So he still hasn't gone over 4,000 passing yards, which is kind of surprising. He still threw for around 30 something, but he did throw 2 more picks, but he's still in the single digit interceptions. While for rushing, he's gonna get them around the same as he usually does. So they just disappointed this year. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I can see they beat the Chiefs, but they lost to us. Or I shouldn't really say us, because I'm not the Rams in this video. But I really don't know what happened. They just kind of fell off. So maybe year 4 is their year. Is just to see what they do in year number 4. Okay, so following going 9-8, they go 12-5 and get to the playoffs. However, they didn't even win their divisions because the Chiefs went 14-3. So that finishes the number 5 seed, which, I mean, so year 1 they went 8-9, year 2 they go 12-5, then they go 9-8, and now they're 12-5 again. Let's see how Sanders did this year. So a lot better. Shador had 3,875 passing yards to 38 touchdowns. However, he did have 9 interceptions, but that's whatever. For rushing, he had around the same. It's always gonna be around 200. If you're not named Lamar Jackson, you're not getting over that. But hey, let's see. Can they get another playoff win? They're going against an 8-9 team, a team with the losing record. They should easily just destroy the fucking Colts, as they do. But they're gonna play the Chiefs. They do. They beat them by 11, but they beat the Chiefs. Shador, can you beat Mahomes? Can you beat Patrick Mahomes? Let's see. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Shador Sanders could beat Mahomes? And he cannot. Year number 4 ends with a 14-point loss to Kansas City. Well, at least Shador made improvements this year. Let's just see how they can do in year number 5. So I wonder if they gave him an extension. They probably did, but let's see what happens in year number 5. Okay, so they do it again. They go from being a 12-win team to an 8-9 team for the. Are they like the fucking? I don't even know. They just take a year off, I guess, after going 12 fucking wins. They go 8-9. Let's see how the Sanders do. So this is Sanders' statistic. I don't know if this is his best year so far, but he almost got to 4,000 passing yards. He had 3,900 passing yards to 28 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. So hey, he did better this year. I'll just say that, and obviously 200 rushing yards like always. But I don't know how the hell they 8-9. Are you serious? Okay, so they finished 4-13. Damn, I guess they fell off. How does Sanders do this year? So, the fuck is Connor Did Shador leave? Wait, he left? Where the fuck did he go? Some Lamar. I can't see him through this fast. Okay, let's just look at all the league. As Sanders went to Dallas, he puts up 4,800 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. What the fuck? He leaves Vegas, goes to where his dad played, and shit, Deion's probably the fucking coach. Wow, and we played them the last week of the season. Of course we did, and he would get his revenge on us choking. So bro, there's no way. If Shador gets a ring in year number 1, I swear. Okay, let's see. Do they get to the divisional round? They do. They beat the Cardinals. Oh no. Shador's gonna fucking. No, they're gonna win. I already know it. They're gonna win the fucking Super Bowl. Shador's gonna leave us for 1 year. No, they didn't. Okay, never mind. Green Bay beat them. Damn, they went 14-3. Damn. So that answers the question. Shador Sanders cannot save the Raiders franchise, as they only win 3 playoff games in his short 5-year tenure there. But hey, maybe he could fix the Dallas Cowboys. Bruh. Shit, what the fuck am I saying? No one can fix the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I don't know how to end these things, but obvious the Dallas Cowboys this year are they're certainly one of the worst teams in the league. I mean, they have a couple wins, but they've looked terrible, especially with Dak Prescott out for the rest of the year. Michael Parsons has missed some games. CeeDee Lamb has been dealing with the shoulder injuries basically the whole year. And a plethora of other injuries, and then also just them underperforming. But there's this one position that even before the season started, everyone knew was cooked, and it was the running back, because the running back room consisted of 3 players that I don't know. It's Rico Dowdle, 5'5" fucking Deuce Vaughn, and a washed up Zeke. So with that being said, there's a lot of Cowboys fans I see that are saying that they are tanking for this player, this juggernaut of a player that should be Heisman. Who will he lose it? Who knows? But there's a lot of people thinking that Ashton Genty will end up being a Cowboy. Am I one of those people? I don't think so. I think they're gonna try to draft Shador Sanders and hired Dion as their coach. But anyways, that's not part of this video. The video is to see if Ashton Jeanty could save the Dallas Cowboys franchise. Is he their savior? That a lot of people are saying. Who knows? But yeah, so as always, I have his same exact stats from college football, so that's why he's a 97 overall. And let's just hop into year number 1, because this might take a while. And as always, the simulation either ends when he retires, or if he switches teams, or if I just feel like it's just been long enough. So yeah, let's actually see what happens in year number 1 now. Okay, so year 1 certainly didn't go as expected as the Giants. Sorry, I was just recording the Giants Milrow video right now, which is probably out, but whatever. The Cowboys go 6-11. Obviously missing the playoffs as they probably should, but let's see how Jeanty did in year number 1. Okay, so Jeanty would only finish with 759 rushing yards with 8 rushing touchdowns, and would have 343 receiving yards with 3 receiving touchdowns. I don't know why the fuck that was so difficult for me to say, but only 1,000 total purpose yards. I'm a little disappointed at Jeanty, obviously, but maybe year 2 is up from here. Maybe it's just like a Bijan year number 1. Okay, I did not expect this for year number 2. The Cowboys go 0-17. Obviously, they're missing the playoffs at 0-17. What the fuck happened? Okay, what? They don't have a quarterback. What the fuck? Wait, what? Okay, I don't know what the fuck happened there, but so Ashton Jeanty what the fuck? What the fuck happened to the stats? He led them with 1,000 rushing yards to 6 touchdowns, no fumbles, and he had 300 receiving yards. So I don't know how the fuck they didn't. What? They didn't win a single game. What was the final score of all their games? Like, they just damn. They actually lost every single game. I don't know how they lost every single game, but they lost every single fucking game. Maybe year 3 is better for Ashton. I don't know. I mean, he did improve this year, but it just got like covered in disguise. Not disguise, but it just got overtaken by the fact that they didn't win a fucking game. But yeah, see how year 3 is for Jeanty. Okay, they have some improvement this year with going 7-10, but once again missing the playoffs. Let's see how did Jeanty do for year number 3. Okay, so for year number 3, Jeanty would have 1,225 rushing yards with 22 rushing touchdowns. As for receiving, he would have the usual 350 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns. But yeah, okay, we've seen some improvements. But heading into year number 4 is kind of big. I mean, hey, he's starting to establish his role. But if the Cowboys don't get anything going, he might have to dip. But yeah, let's see how Jeanty does in year number 4. Okay, so they would really not build on that improvement. They finished 2-15. Obviously, not even sniffing the playoffs. Hopefully, Jeanty did pretty good though. Okay, so where is Jeanty? He was only in year number 4. Did they decide to trade him, or did he demand for like, or did he get hurt, or what? Like, he's not here. What the hell? Okay, I don't know where the fuck would he go. What? Jeanty gets. I don't know if he got traded, but he found his way on the fucking Eagles. Let me see. How did Jeanty end up here? What the fuck? How do you look? Is it? How the fuck do you check? It's probably okay. You know what? We're gonna go look at how the fuck Jeanty got into the. Is it league transition? Transaction. Okay, how the hell did he end up an Eagle? I can't see it. I don't know. He's an Eagle now, I guess. So, damn. So in his first year in Philly, he would lead the league with 1,327 rushing yards with 19 rushing touchdowns. And they have Cooper Cup. Okay, I don't know what the fuck the simulation is. He had 450 receiving yards, but why the fuck is Cup on the? I don't know. This simulation's just been fucked up in the beginning, but the only thing that stayed true was that the Cowboys suck. But anyways, that's where the video ends, bro. I didn't think this video was gonna only last 4 fucking years. I didn't expect any of this shit to happen. I didn't think they were gonna go 0-17. I didn't think they were gonna knock every single year. Genty, his career, it would be interesting to see how it went. But I'm not really in here for his career. I'm in here just to see if he could save the Dallas Cowboys. But saying by them going 0-17, 2-15, and not even sniffing the playoffs in any years, it's safe to say that he did not save the Dallas Cowboys franchise. So far in these videos, we are 1 for 2 in them. The only win was Milroe, who's actually in the fucking league right now, which I don't know why the hell. I guess I forgot I changed the roster when I made it, but yeah, he does not save this franchise whatsoever, as Milroe won the Super Bowl as a rookie. Okay, whatever, but that's besides the point. But that's the second player to not save their franchise. The first one was Shedeur Sanders not saving the Raiders, so obviously that means Travis Hunter's probably the next video. What team will it be? Who knows? I gotta see who gets more to the #1 seed. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, liking, subscribing, all that stuff would be really appreciated. Really help with the channel and this video. And yeah, I don't know how to end these things, but as you guys probably know at this point, the New York Football Giants have been a terrible franchise for about almost, I don't even know, over the past 6-7 years. Ever since this picture that came out before a playoff game, and then they proceeded to lose that playoff game. But the main issue as of late has been the quarterback, but especially since Eli Manning retired, their successor to Eli. So Daniel Jones had one good season, and they decided to give him $200+ million a year. And literally an hour before recording this, which I just woke up right like a couple minutes ago, the Giants released Daniel Jones. So that asks the question, who could they take in this year's draft? A lot of people think Cam Ward, some people say Carson Beck, but I think they're gonna get Jalen Milroe. So could Jalen Milroe save the New York Football Giants franchise? And we're testing that here today. So here is how he looks in game. Obviously, I just like what I did with the Shedeur Sanders, which you guys should go watch. I just copied all of his stats from college football. So 92 overall, I think, yeah. That's a lot better than 72 overall Daniel Jones. But yeah, let's just simulate year #1 and see how does Milroe do. Okay, so for year 1, the Giants are actually in the playoffs at 11-6. So I assume they're the 5th seed, because yeah, they're the 5th seed and playing the Falcons. Damn, so Milroe starting something already. Let's go see how he did in year #1. Okay, so for the first year, he had 3,838 passing yards to 35 touchdowns, but he did have 11 interceptions. And for rushing yards, he had 562 rushing yards with 3 rushing touchdowns. Okay, let's see if the Giants could even do anything in the playoffs. Let's see. Hey, you never know. Could they beat the Falcons? And they cannot beat the Falcons, as they would end up losing 17-14. Did Milroe play good at least? He threw a pick. Well, year 1 was good. Let's see what they can do in year #2. So I don't know if I said it in my last video, but yeah, the simulations would end either when he retires or if he leaves us. So those are the only 2 ways that the simulation will end. And yeah, it's actually for real, see what happens in year #2. Okay, so once again they finished 11-6. Is this the 5th seed though, or is it? It is the 5th seed again. So the same exact seed as last time. Let's see how Milroe did. Okay, so Milroe threw for 4,127 passing yards to 32 interceptions to 11 picks. And for rushing, he had 500 yards again and 7 rushing touchdowns. Okay, so let's see, can they make a run in the playoffs this time and not just be one and done? As they do, they'll beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by 7 points. How did Milroe do? Milroe did good. 300 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, with 46 rushing yards. Okay, can they take down the #1 seed Packers, who only have one more win than they do? And they cannot. They end up losing by only 1 point. Damn. So we were seeing minor I mean, because Milrow threw for 300 more yards. They won the same amount of games, but they didn't make it farther. So maybe in year number 3, they're gonna make it to the the NFC Championship. Who knows? But yeah, let's go to year number 3. Also, if you guys are enjoying these type of videos, hitting the like button and subscribing would be very beneficial for the video. And also, I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, let's just continue simulating. Okay, so for year number 3, they go 13-4, which gives them the #2 seed in the NFC. So we see them go from 11-6. They stayed at 11-6 for year 2, but now 13-4. Let's see how Milrow did. Okay, so Milrow threw for 4,105 passing yards to 33 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. So his numbers stayed sort of the same, but he threw for 1 more touchdown and 5 less picks, which is good. And as always, he finished with 500 rushing yards, but this time he had 9 rushing touchdowns. Okay, how will the Giants do on this potential Super Bowl run? So for first week, they will beat the Lions only by 3 though, which kind of scares me, not gonna lie. But they're going against the Niners now. So hey, can they get to their first NFC Championship game? They will not, as they get smacked by the Niners 30-10. Damn, what a way to end your season, Giants. So year number 3. It came with a better record, but they had the same finish as last time. But hey, next season, they could be crazy. Let's go to year number 4 now. Okay, so for year number 4, they would fall off and only finish 9-8, clearly missing the playoffs. So what a fall from grace, from 13-4 to 9-8. Let's see how Milrow did in his 4th year. Okay, so Milrow did not have that good of a year. 3,788 passing yards to only 23 touchdowns, but he did have 13 interceptions. So yeah, he did not have a good season by most metrics. Okay, year 3 was an amazing improvement. Year 4 was a weird year. Let's see how year 5 is. Okay, a bounce back year for the Giants as they would go 11-6, making the playoffs once again, but this time as the number 3 seed. So we've never seen them as a 3 seed. We've seen them as a 2 and the 5 in every year, but now the number 3 seed. Let's see how Milrow did in year number 5. Okay, he'd start to get a little better. 3,900 passing yards to 25 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. So we had more passing yards, more touchdowns, less interceptions. That's always something you want to see in your quarterback. But could this be the run for the Giants? Let's see. So can they get past my Rams? And they could not get past my Rams as they get knocked out in the first round, losing 24-31. How did Milrow play? I don't know if I checked it in the other ones. Milrow, he did solid, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. But yeah, something's gonna start to happen. I'm pretty sure this might be his contract year. So who knows? Maybe Milrow leaves just like Shador Sanders did with the Raiders one. But yeah, let's go see how year number 6 goes. So for year number 6, Giants will go 11-6 for the 3rd time already and would make the playoffs this time as the 5th seed again. So I guess that pattern started not changing after last year. So 11-6, 5th seed, the 3rd time. Let's see how Milrow did in year number 6. So Milrow would have a really good year this year. He had 4,268 passing yards to 33 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions. This low-key might have been an MVP year for Milrow, but we're gonna have to check that at the end. But could this be the run? Who knows if this could be the run for the Giants? And hey, you never know. They're here in the 2nd round against the number 1 seed Eagles. They beat the Vikings 31-10. Milrow 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Hey, can they get past Philly? They have not made it to the NFC Championship once, and they will. They beat the Eagles they beat the Eagles 35-27 and advanced to their first NFC Championship game. Okay, so can they get to their first Super Bowl? Let's see. The Giants They could make it. This is the farthest they've run. This is the farthest they've made it, and they will make it. So they will beat the Buccaneers and will face the 6th seed Bills. Do they still have Josh Allen? They still do have Josh Allen, who's in year number 12. But okay, so I guess the Super Bowl is a battle of New York, because yeah, people still don't know the Bills play in New York. They're technically the only New York team, because the Giants play in New Jersey, but whatever. So the Bills versus the Giants. Let's see. Wait. Oh, yearly awards. Was this Milrose MVP year? And it is Milrose MVP season, as Allen falls 2 behind him. But Milrose, can he cap this MVP year off with a ring? Let's see. Can the Giants win the Super Bowl? Giants lose the Super Bowl. Oh damn. They'll lose it 26-34 as the Bills get their, I don't know if this is their first ring. I don't think so, because it says they have 2. But damn, Milrose MVP year isn't enough to get them a ring. Yeah, let's see how year number 7 goes. Okay, so they come back with some vengeance, finishing 12-5. Doesn't give them the number 1 seed though, but they'll take the number 2 seed. Let's see how Milrose did in year number 7. So year number 6 was big for Milrose. Year number 7, it wasn't as good, but it was still pretty good. 4,324 passing yards with 33 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. So he threw a little bit more picks, but I didn't expect him to throw less picks this year, because he only had 2 last year. But hey, let's see. Maybe this could be the playoff run for the Giants. Who knows? So they'll beat the Panthers only by 6 points, so which kind of scares me, because they're at 9-8, but they're playing the 5 seed Eagles. Let's see if they can beat the Birds again. So they'll beat the Eagles to advance to the NFC Championship for another year, but they're playing the number 1 seed Seahawks. They beat the Eagles by 10. Can they make it to their 2nd Super Bowl in a row against the 13-4? So they had a 1 better game, but let's see if they can make it to the Super Bowl. Wait, hold up. There's an injury. I swear if it's Milrose. No, it's Brian Henderson. Okay, a fractured kneecap, out for 20 weeks. Okay, let's hope that doesn't affect them. Let's see if they can go to the Super Bowl, and let's go. Okay, so for back-to-back seasons, the Giants make it to the Super Bowl, and this time they'll be playing the Cleveland Browns. That is certainly, so we're in the OBJ Super Bowl essentially, except for missing 3 teams now, which is kind of crazy to think about. But damn, can they get revenge? The Browns are only 10-7, so they're a 6 seed again. So will the Giants lose in the Super Bowl to the 6 seed once again? Let's look at the yearly awards. Lamar wins as MVP, as Milrose only finishes 5th. But can this be the year that Milrose leads it? Year number 7. Let's see. Do they win the Super Bowl? And yes, they do. They win the Super Bowl 21-7 as Milrose wins Super Bowl P. And I think right there we could declare that he has saved the New York Football Giants franchise. He's led them to playoffs in 6 out of the 7 years he's been in the league. How much has he been a multiple MVP winner? No, he hasn't, but whatever. So he's the MVP. So he gives them a Super Bowl win, and they're consistently in the playoffs, which in my books means he has saved this franchise. So far in this series, we are 1 for 1. One player has saved his franchise, while the other one, he couldn't save his franchise and he left and lost the Super Bowl. But that's besides the point. So if you guys did like that video, hit the subscribe button, the like button, comment something. Always appreciate it. And yeah, I don't know how to end these things, but so as you guys know, the Tennessee Titans had a disaster this season, only finishing 3-14 and lucking their way into the #1 overall pick. But this Titans team is bad. They don't have a quarterback. They barely have any offensive threats besides Tony Pollard, and they need a lot. But obviously, #1 overall pick, it's probably going to start with the quarterback. So that's why I think Cam Ward is going to be selected. Would I pick him #1? No, but I think the Titans will. And yeah, so Cam Ward, obviously college, I don't know, his nonchalant gimmick, see if that'll work in the NFL. But yeah, today I'll be seeing if Cam Ward could fix the Tennessee Titans. And yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, so like all my other like rebuild or player like save franchise, I don't know what to call this series, but just like them, I'll say it's successful if either A, they win a title pretty quickly, they win a title at all, or it'll be a failure if they just keep missing the playoffs. So if I can remember, my track record so far is that Genty didn't save the Cowboys. Milrow, I think, yeah, Milrow was the only one that actually did save this team. He saved the Giants. The Giants got really good when they drafted him, but I don't think they get him in real life anymore. But yeah, let's start simulating to year number 1. Okay, so the Titans, they finished 6-11, but are somehow hosting a fucking wild card game. What? Okay, so year 1, the Titans are in the playoffs. What? They're hosting the 13-4 Ravens. This is what? Now look it. The rest of the division went 5-12, while we fucking went 6-11. Fuck, I can't speak right now. But damn. So the third best record in the AFC is playing an away game. We're probably gonna get killed. I'm not gonna lie. Henry's probably gonna get his revenge. Yeah, let's see how this turns out. And as expected, we lost 42-35. Surprisingly though, the game was close. What the hell? I thought we were just gonna get blown out. But yeah, Cam Ward 3 touchdowns. I mean, hey, that looked promising. So what the fuck? Tyler Boyd 200 yards. Okay, but yeah, either way, year number 1, we make the playoffs. Do we deserve to make the playoffs? Probably not at 6-11, but yeah, let's just go to year number 2. Also, if you guys do like this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000. We're like sort of close. We're like, I think the time we're recording this, I'm like 210 subscribers away. But yeah, road to 1,000. I do a facial for 1,000, and yeah, subscribe. Okay, so for year number 2, we're in the playoffs yet again against the Ravens this time, but this time we're the away team, as we probably should have been last time. But either way, we're 10-7 now, as we're the 5th seed. So we basically just switched places with the Ravens, but at least we deserve to make the playoffs with 10 wins. So we went, damn, the Colts went fucking 14-3, but that's besides the point. So yeah, obviously made the playoffs. The one thing I forgot to do from last season, which I'm sorry I forgot about, was I forgot to show the stats. I was like, why did I sim through that so quickly? But yeah, so Cam Ward in year number 2 had 4,600 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. So he actually was 2nd in the league in passing. And let me go look at his year number 1 stats, and let me see if he won any awards or not. Okay, year number 1, he had 4,000 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, and 22 interceptions. So he's definitely improved the year number 2. More passing yards, more touchdowns, less interceptions. You always love to see that. And he didn't win any awards, so he didn't win Rookie of the Year or anything. But yeah, I forgot to show the stats the first time, my fault. But yeah, those are his stats. So let's see, can we advance to the 2nd round? Can we beat the Ravens at their place? Yes, we do. We beat them 28-26 and have a date with the Chiefs, which that's never something you like to see. But Cam Ward again threw 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Leon Casey, I don't know who the fuck that is, but I think it's a generator player. But yeah, so the Chiefs, can we take down the Chiefs? Can Cam Ward take them down? Yes, he does. 34-25 or 30. Fuck, I can't speak. I don't know. Okay, whatever. You see the score right there. But Ward again, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 0 sacks either, and a date with the number 1 seed Bills. Can the Titans take down the Bills? Okay, so we're gonna see, can they win it? And they did. The Titans beat the Bills by 6 points, I think. Yeah, by 6 points. Damn. So Cam Ward, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions again. So he still hasn't had a single turnover this whole postseason, and they're going against the 7 seed Packers. Okay, that's kind of crazy. A 5 seed and a 7 seed, but the Super Bowl. Can Cam Ward in year number 2 flip them from a 6-11 playoff team to a 10-7 Super Bowl winning team? Let's go and see if they do it. So the Titans do win the Super Bowl 34, or So the Titans do win the Super Bowl 41-33. Year 2, Cam Ward wins Super Bowl MVP. And damn, they already flipped the fucking script in 2 seasons. So obviously the video would normally end, but we're not even like touching the surface, so I'm gonna probably send him like another year to like fully decide. But damn, Cam Ward, it only took him 2 seasons to win the Super Bowl. Let's see if they can go back to back in year number 3. And yeah, let's go. Okay, so year number 3, the Titans go 13-4. And I'm assuming since they're playing the wild card, it's the number 2 seed. Yeah, the number 2 seed. So 13-4. So you see them go from 6-11 in the playoffs, 10-7 to now 13-4. And let's see how Cam Ward did. Okay, so Ward had 4,593 passing yards to 37 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. So his pass yards stayed the same. I think he threw more touchdowns this time, and he only threw 7 picks, which is really good. And yeah, let's see if they can start the road back to another Super Bowl run. Okay, so they do beat the Chargers. They smacked the shit out of the Chargers, 42-17. I can't talk. I'm sorry. I just woke up. I've messed up probably every single fucking thing in this video. But yeah, Cam Ward, he still hasn't thrown an interception. He only threw one the first time they played against the Ravens in season number 1. But yeah, so now they have a date with the Bills. And yeah, let's see if they can beat the Bills again. So they do beat the Bills. So they do beat the Bills only by 3 points, but still, obviously, a win is a win. Cam Ward, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Same thing for Josh Allen. But damn, Cam Ward, he's really, I guess he's really him, because he's only thrown fucking 1 playoff interception, and that was his first ever playoff game. But yeah, obviously, let's see if we can beat the Chiefs again. And yeah, let's see. So they do beat the Chiefs yet again. What was the score? 38-30, and we have a date with the Philadelphia Eagles so we could try to repeat as Super Bowl champions. And yeah, let's see if Cam Ward can do it again. Can he win back-to-back Super Bowls? Let's go. Okay, can we beat the Eagles to win the Super Bowl? So the Titans smacked the shit out of the Eagles, 42-9. And they win back-to-back Super Bowls as Cam Ward gets another ring and another Super Bowl MVP. But yeah, I think that really shows that Cam Ward can save the Tennessee Titans. Winning 2 titles in his first 3 years. We don't need to sim anymore. We know the answer. And yeah, so if you guys did enjoy that video, hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below what other players and teams I should do. I have a couple in mind that I'm probably gonna do after this. But yeah, that's really been it. Cam Ward saves the Tennessee Titans, potential number 1 pick. And yeah, I don't know how to end these things, but bang. So heading into this off season, there's a lot of questions surrounding this, or not position, but more of what's gonna happen. Obviously, we know the real answer. Matthew Stafford's coming back or most likely for the Rams. They just need to figure out a deal for him and all that. But however, the question isn't next year or even potentially the year after. It's more of that and beyond, of what are they going to do at quarterback, because obviously Jimmy G and Stetson Bennett aren't really the answers. So yeah, even after making I'll just say a deep playoff run, considering they started off 1-4, but now they have a semi-late draft pick. There's a lot of directions that go. A lot of people think they're gonna go tight end, considering the last 2 years they were trying to trade it for Dalton Kincaid and Brock Bowers. However, I don't think they're going to either. I think they're going with the quarterback. Why, you may ask? Because look, a quarterback can sit behind Stafford for a year and then get ready to go, and just like how Mahomes did with Alex Smith. But yeah, that's why I think the Rams are gonna pick Jackson Dart from Ole Miss. I think they're gonna probably get him. I don't know. I think they might use the first round pick on him, because I think he's gonna rise a lot, especially if he has a good combine. That's why I'm hoping, low-key, he doesn't have that good of a combine, so he doesn't shoot up in value. But yeah, so here we have him. Obviously, he's not gonna look exactly like him. We have the same exact stats from College Football 25. And yeah, let's see how he does in year number 1, which he's going to be starting, because obviously he's a 91 overall, which I'm pretty sure is the highest on the Rams. But yeah, let's see how he does in year number 1. Also, I forgot to mention, so in this sim, it's gonna be a little bit different from my normal sims, where my normal sims is where I would just simulate till they won a ring or two, like for the Cam Ward. But instead, this one I'll be simulating until either he wins 3 rings or he leaves the Rams or he retires. So either of those, I'm probably just gonna do till he leaves the Rams or retires. But yeah, let's see how Dart does in year number 1. Okay, so for year number 1, they actually go 7-10 and missed the playoffs. Let's see how Dart did in year number 1. Okay, so Dart would have 4,490 passing yards, 42 touchdowns to 16 interceptions. So he actually had an amazing rookie year. I don't know how they missed the playoffs. And yeah, let's see if he won Rookie of the Year or not. Okay, so Dart actually finished 7th on the MVP voting, which is kind of crazy. And as for Offensive Player of the Year, Cup won it. And as for Offensive Rookie of the Year, Dart didn't win it because Ricky Pearsall won it over him. Should he probably have? Probably not. And yeah, let's go see how Dart does in year number 2. Okay, so for year number 2, Dart leads them to 11-6, getting them into the playoffs as the 6th seed. Yeah, oh no, as the 5th seed. So hey, he's got them to the playoffs. To see how he does, and let's see how he did this year. Okay, so Dart had 4,401 passing yards with 44 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. So another 40 passing TD year and another 4,000 plus passing season. So far, I'm pretty sure he's put up like the best stats out of any quarterback, which obviously, like, hey, if that happens in real life, I'll be happy because I'm a Rams fan. But yeah, let's see how he does, and let's see if he could beat the Vikings like the Rams did IRL this year. Unfortunately, no. So Dart does not beat them. They lose 28-26 as Dart has 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, but he did get sacked 5 times. So this playoff run ends here, and let's see what year 3 has in store. Okay, so Dart leads them to 10-7. Sorry, I clicked the shit hella quick. But leads them to 10-7 into the playoffs as a number 6 seed will be playing a division rival, the Seahawks. So let's see how Dart did in year number 3. Okay, so Dart had 4,800 passing yards with 48 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. So almost 50 touchdowns and almost 5,000 yards, which is crazy. Hey, maybe he's not a potential MVP watch. It's just the rest of the roster needs to get their shit together. But yeah, let's see if Dart can get his first playoff win. And yeah, let's see. So they do. They'll beat the Seahawks 37-35 as Dart would have 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. So Gardner Minshew's the quarterback for Seahawks. Okay, whatever. Yeah, either way, Dart 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So now they face Detroit. I don't know if Goff's still their quarterback or not, but let's see if he could beat the Lions. So they do. They'll beat the Lions 27-24. And my video just finished fucking exporting. That's kind of awkward, but yeah, either way, Dart has another 3 touchdowns, 0 interception performance as he beats Goff. Pause. But now he has a date with the Ravens, with the Eagles, and let's see if he could beat the Eagles in their place. Okay, so they will beat the Eagles to advance to the Super Bowl. They beat them 31-37 in overtime. What a overtime game. What the hell? But Dart has 3 touchdowns, 1 interception though. But still got the dub in overtime. And now they'll face the 15-2 Chiefs to try to get ring number 1. A number 1 seed versus number 6 seed. Does Dart have him in him to get his first ring? Let's go and see. So they will beat the Chiefs 35-36. Jackson Dart wins the Super Bowl MVP as they'll get their first ring with him. And damn, so they'll end the Chiefs' reign of terror, or not really reign of terror, but they'll beat the Chiefs and get ring number 1. So hey, in my normal videos this would be the end, but I want to see how far they can go. So yeah, let's see how Dart can do for year number 4. Can he win an MVP? And yeah, let's see. But yeah, if you guys do like these type of videos, liking the video and subscribing would be very appreciated. Road to 1,000. And yeah,
Let's see how the rest of the simulation goes.
Okay, so Dart would lead them to 13-4, getting them the number 2 seed as another year of improving on the wins. And yeah, let's see how Dart did in year number 4. Okay, so Dart would have 4,927 yards, 52 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, so he finally gets to the 50 touchdown mark, but he's still just short of the 5,000 passing yards. As hey, hopefully he won MVP this year. Either way, we don't want MVPs, we want championships. So can he get past the number 7 seed? He probably should, but let's see. So easily gets past the Packers, 35-14. How did Dart do? Dart had 5 touchdowns to 1 interception. And yeah, now they gotta face Chicago. So they'll beat the Bears 38-23, as Dart would have 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, but still 4 touchdowns, as he'll lead them to play another NFC North team in the Lions. Can he beat the Lions again? And yeah, let's see if Dart can lead them to another Super Bowl. Okay, so he'll lead them past the Lions 27-24. Dart would have 2 touchdowns and no interception. So we'll have a Super Bowl 56 rematch between the Bengals and the Rams. But this time Dart's the QB. I'm pretty sure Burrow will probably still be the QB for the fucking Bengals. But hey, let's see. Can Dart lead the Rams to another win over the Bengals in the Super Bowl? Okay, so Dart would lead them to another win, 38-22. So they'll go back-to-back champs as they'll beat the Bengals again. Jared Verse wins Super Bowl MVP, but Dart doesn't win MVP. Josh Allen takes it. So hopefully for year number 5, Dart can get that MVP. But now he's going for a 3-peat. So let's see how Dart does in year number 5. Okay, so Dart would lead them to an 11-6 record, which was good enough to get them the 2nd seed. Okay, so obviously 2 less wins than the season before, but still the same seed. And let's see how Dart did for year number 5. Okay, so Dart would have 4,300 passing yards, 46 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. So the passing yards and touchdowns went down a little bit, but still got them the same seed. As yeah, let's see if he can beat the Cowboys. So he'll beat the Cowboys 35-17, as Dart would have 4 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. And yeah, let's see if he could beat the Bears for never mind. I'll say a 3rd straight year, but he's only played them last year. But let's see if he could beat the Bears again. Okay, so they'll beat the Bears 27-21, as they'll get an overtime win. Dart has 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And now they'll have to play the Saints in the Superdome, a rematch of 2019. And yeah, let's see if they can beat the Saints once again. Okay, so they will beat the Saints. Yeah, the Saints. They'll beat them 28-16. Dart would have 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, as they'll have a matchup with the Jacksonville Jaguars, who beat the Chiefs. And yeah, this is certainly one of the Super Bowls of all time. But let's see, can Jackson Dart get the 3-peat, the first one in NFL history? I mean, by the time this video is uploaded, the Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl would have already happened. So I don't know if it happened in real life yet, but hey, at least the time we're recording this, it hasn't happened yet. Let's see if Dart can be the first one to lead them to that. So Dart would lead him to a win, 24-17. He'd get his 2nd Super Bowl MVP, but most importantly, he'll get his 3rd ring in a row. And yeah, like I said earlier, the simming will stop either when he retires, leaves, or wins like 3 rings. And he's run 3 in a row. So yeah, so obviously winning 3 rings in general is very impressive, but winning 3 in a row is even more impressive. So I think that answers the question, could Jackson Dart save the Rams? The answer is yes. But for anyone who's interested, I simmed the rest of it. Like, I didn't do like the year by year, but this is the rest of his stats for his career. He never left the Rams. He only won MVP once, but he would get 3 more rings, finishing with 6 rings. And yeah, those stats he put up, crazy. Surprisingly, only 1 MVP. He finished twice, like 3 times, but Either way, if you guys did enjoy this video, hit the like button, subscribe. Road to 1,000. We're getting there soon, hopefully. And yeah, I don't know how to end these things, but okay. So as you may know, the Cleveland Browns are one of the worst franchises, not even in football, just in sports in general. They've had a long history of being, how do you say it, bad. They're the second team ever to go 0-16, because, and the crazy part about that is literally the year before they went 1-15, and I think the coach said something like, "Oh, we can only go up from here," and they end up not even winning a fucking game. But that's besides the point. They've had some success with Baker Mayfield that lasted like a year, and then he got hurt, and he played hurt, and then they got rid of him, and then they traded everything for Deshaun Watson, and probably the worst trade in NFL history. They did make the playoffs last year, however, but this year they sucked, and they have the number 2 overall pick, and they need something to save the franchise. There's a lot bad with it. Myles Garrett wants out. They don't have that much of a core. The receivers are pretty good, but they don't have a quarterback. However, sometimes needs over wants isn't the best way to do, and sometimes passing on generational talent in the draft isn't the thing to do. And that's why I have the Cleveland Browns selecting Travis Hunter at number 2. But the question with Travis Hunter a lot of people have is he going to play receiver or corner in the league? Well, in today's video, we're going to be having him play both to try to save the Tennessee Titans. So we have obviously his stats. I fucking get it! Okay, back to what I was saying. So I have his stats from college football. So obviously, we have his actual stats from college football. I copied it over. So we have a 98 and a 99 overall. We're going to be showing the stats from both the receiver and corner, obviously, to see how he does. And let's get straight into the simulation. And as always, the simulation ends either when he wins 3 rings, he leaves, or he retires, or he just, yeah. So yeah, see how Cleveland can do in year number 1. Okay, I've been trying to record this video for like a day now, but fucking Sony servers, PlayStation servers have been down, but whatever. So at least we're back in for now. So either way, the Browns went 8-9, missing the playoffs in year number 1. Let's see how Travis did on both sides of the ball. Okay, so on the receiving side, Travis Hunter would have 65 receptions with 988 yards and 6 touchdowns, so almost an 1,000-yard season. He did lead the team in receiving yards. As for his defense, he would finish with 59 solo tackles, 3 tackles for loss, but most importantly, 10 interceptions. And he'd have 8 deflections. So instead of saying tackles for loss, I'll say the deflections next time. I forgot. But yeah, 10 interceptions as a rookie is insane. Hunter, he lived up to the hype. But obviously the team didn't really live up to the hype. But yeah, let's see how the Browns do in year number 2. Okay, so for season number 2, the Browns would go 14-3, and missing the playoffs once again. Let's see how Travis did in year number 2. Okay, so Travis would have 76 receptions for 1,034 yards with 5 touchdowns, so pretty good receiving year, more receptions, more yards. And as for defensively for him, he would have 58 solo tackles with only 3 interceptions, but would have 8 deflections. So yeah, I didn't think he was going to get another 10 interception season. That was kind of a anomaly, but either way, he had a solid year number 2, but obviously the team declined even more. So yeah, let's just see how they do in year number 3. Also, if you guys do like these type of videos, like and subscribe. We're on that road to 1,000 if we haven't hit it already, because I don't know when this video is getting uploaded. But hey, just like and subscribe. Comment down below what other players I should do. I don't really know what other draft players I have. I know I'm doing a simulation, like a Madden one, but by the time this one's uploaded, that one will already be like done editing. But yeah, like, subscribe, and yeah, let's go. Okay, so for year number 3, the Browns would go 6-11 yet again, missing the playoffs. Let's see how did Travis Hunter do in year number 3. Okay, so he would have 81 receptions for 1,151 yards and 5 touchdowns, so pretty solid receiving season. As for defense, he would have 74 solo tackles, 3 interceptions, and 5 deflections. So his interception number stayed the same. His deflections did go down, but I'm pretty sure his tackling went up. So I mean, that's pretty good. But besides that, this team is not really going anywhere, and I think he might leave maybe after this year. They'll probably franchise tag him, give him the fucking 5th year. But Yeah, let's see how can the Browns do in your number 4. For your number 4, the Browns would go 4-13. Wow. Let's see how Travis did in your number 4. Okay, so for your number 4, Travis Hunter would only have 60 receptions, 819 yards, and 4 touchdowns. As defensively, he would have 73 solo tackles, only 1 interception, and 3 deflections. So, a down year, to say the least, and obviously for his team because they went 4-13. But yeah, let's see if what happens in year number 5, if he leaves, if he stays, if who knows. But yeah, let's see how your number 5 goes.
Hold up, sorry to interrupt myself, but this is crazy. This is much of y'all are watching and are not subscribed. But it's literally free. You might as well subscribe right now. Just might as well grab your mom's phone and subscribe on that too. But that's crazy.
Okay, so for your number 5, they'd go 7-10. So at least they're improving, like, somewhat. I mean, they still haven't had a winning season or even made the playoffs, but how did Travis Hunter do in your number 5? Okay, so Travis Hunter would only have 63 receptions for 827 yards and 5 touchdowns, while defensively only having 56 solo tackles, 1 interception, but he did have 9 deflections, so that is at least a good sign. But only 1 interception though is not that good. So yeah, who knows? If you're number 6, will he still be on the team? Who knows? I don't know. And you're number 6. Let's go. Okay, so you're number 6. The Browns would go 3-14. Yeah, another not playoff video. Also, I'm sorry if this video is really short because usually the playoff runs take a while to look at, but obviously there's been no fucking playoff runs. And let's see how Travis did in your number 6. Yeah, you're number 6. Okay, where is Travis Hunter? Did he leave? I think. Okay, boys, I think Travis left. I don't know where the fuck he went. Let's hopefully find him, and hopefully he signed at the same place, because I just realized since there's technically 2 Travis Hunters, he might have signed to 2 different teams. Okay, so at least we found the first Travis Hunter. So he signed with the Rams. That's kind of weird, but yeah, he had 99 receptions for 1,058 yards and 6 touchdowns. So he finally had a 1,000-yard year for the first time since like year number 3. But now I need to find where his defense went. And his defense also happened to sign with the Rams. Okay, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the coincidence of that happening is, but either way, he only had 51 solo tackles, but he did have 5 interceptions and 2 deflections. So that's kind of weird. And him leaving, you know what that means. So obviously Travis Hunter, by the way, you can see a simulation, did not save the Cleveland Browns. They didn't even go 500 at all. They didn't go above 500. They didn't even get to 8 wins. They only won 7 at most. But either way, Travis Hunter cannot save the Cleveland Browns. Anyways, if you guys are curious, this is how the rest of his career played out. I'll show the offense right now, then the defense right now. And yeah, that's how his career went. I mean, pretty solid, I think. He did take home some awards. I don't know what they are right now, but I'll look after this video. And yeah, solid career, but not solid enough to carry the Browns to the playoffs. Not even he couldn't get the goal was the Super Bowl. He couldn't even get them into the playoffs. So either way, if you guys did enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and yeah, comment down below what other players I should do and what other teams I should do. And yeah, I don't know how to end these things, but Carolina Panthers heading into the 2025 draft, they're kind of in a weird spot. So last year, obviously they improved from being the number 1 pick but not having it because they traded it for Bryce Young to being 5 wins. However, they still have a top 10 pick, but they have a lot of issues to address. One of them issues that they don't have to address is quarterback, because after getting benched, Bryce Young, he came out of that looking like a completely different quarterback, more confident. Even in the last game, he was turning around before the ball even fucking got caught. But yeah, so they have a lot of issues to tackle this offseason, especially this draft. But one position I could see them going is wide receiver. They desperately need one because obviously Adam Thielen, he's old. Xavier Legette, he still needs to show some more promise, and I don't even know what other receivers they have after that. So that's why at the 8th pick, I have them picking Titoria, I think that's how you say his name, McMillan from Arizona. I feel like he could be the missing piece. He's 6'5", so Bryce Young will have a big target to get. And also, I think they'll sign like T. Higgins or some shit in the offseason. But anyways, so obviously we have Tatoria, I think that's how you say his name, McMillan here. We have his same exact stats from college football. That's why he's a 95 overall. And yeah, we're gonna simulate, see how his career goes. It's a little different because it's a receiver. Usually all the ones I've done so far have been quarterbacks, but hey, we'll see how McMillan does. Yeah, just like the previous videos I've done, the simulation will either end after he wins three, fuck, I can't talk. He either wins 3 rings, he retires, or if he leaves the Panthers. So yeah, let's see, can Tatoria McMillan save the Carolina Panthers? Let's see how he does in year number 1. Okay, so for year number 1, they actually went 5-12 and missed the playoffs. So they had the same exact record they did IRL, but see how McMillan did in year number 1. Okay, so McMillan would have 94 receptions, 1,062 yards, and 12 touchdowns. So he had actually a pretty solid rookie season, considering also the other receiver in his core also had 95 receptions and 1,000 plus yards. But yeah, let's see how they can do in year number 2. Okay, so for year number 2, they go 11-6 and get into the playoffs as a number 3 seed. Let's see how McMillan did this year. Okay, so for year number 2, McMillan would have 91 receptions, 1,072 yards, and 4 receiving touchdowns. So statistically, he had a worse year, but team-wise, they improved. So yeah, let's see. McMillan is still receiver 2, kinda on the Panthers, because Thielen is there. But let's see, can they beat the Eagles in the first round? And no, they cannot. They'll lose 20-7. How did McMillan do? Did he ghost? 7 receptions, 84 yards. Thielen only had 1 catch, but it was an 85-yard touchdown. But let's see how they can do in year number 3. Okay, so the Panthers would finish 9-8, still getting into the playoffs, but as a 7th seed. Let's see how McMillan did in year number 3. Okay, so McMillan would have 96 receptions, 1,293 yards, and 8 touchdowns. So he's finally receiver 1, and he finally got over 1,000 yards. Like, yeah, let's see if they could pull off the upset of the playoffs, probably, and upset a number 7 seed Panthers or Seahawks. The fuck am I saying? So the Panthers would lose again in the first round, losing 17-9, which I mean, I guess the number 2 seed isn't bad. Let's see, how did McMillan do? McMillan 2 catches for 34 yards. So yeah, he kind of ghosted, not gonna lie, but hey, maybe year number 4 is his year. Okay, so the Titans, the Panthers would go 13-4, getting the number 1 seed in the playoffs. What the fuck did they do in this offseason? So let's see, how did McMillan do in year number 4? Okay, so McMillan would have 100 receptions for the first time in his career, 1,419 yards, and 10 touchdowns. So obviously, them getting the 13 wins, he had a big step up, which he did do. And yeah, I mean, let's see who we play in the second round. Okay, so they have a matchup with the Eagles. So can they finally get backs from year number 2, I think it was? Let's see, can the Panthers beat the Eagles? And yes, they will. They'll beat them 34-17. How did McMillan do? McMillan disappeared. He literally didn't get a catch. Okay, I mean, that's a good thing that they still won and he didn't get a catch, but I mean, come on, bro, you can't disappear. Okay, so can we beat the Packers in advance to the first Super Bowl of the video? And I forgot we have to simulate another week. As they will beat the Packers 41-35. They beat them in overtime. How did McMillan do? Bryce Young threw for almost 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. McMillan had 14 catches, 219 yards, and a touchdown. Damn, he really popped off to send them to the Super Bowl. Well, they'll be going against the Buffalo Bills. Can they win ring number 1? Let's see. So no, the Bills would end up winning the Super Bowl over the Panthers. So I think for the first time in my simulation history that we lose a Super Bowl. But damn, Panthers were close, 13-4.
Hey, that means year number 5 they're gonna go crazy, which is also probably a contract year for McMillan unless they re-signed him, which they probably did. And let's see how McMillan does in year number 5. Okay, so the Panthers would regress from that 13-4 season, going 8-9 and missing the playoffs entirely. So I don't know what changed this year. Maybe someone got hurt, but yeah, let's see how McMillan did in year number 5. Okay, so McMillan would only have 70 receptions for 996 yards, which is barely 4 under 1,000 and 10 touchdowns. So his stats obviously went down this year. They did get a new receiver who basically put up the same stats, which makes me kind of concerned because Legette's also doing good. So I mean, they had 3 solid receivers, but from McMillan's perspective, this is not good for him. But yeah, let's head to year number 6. Okay, so the Panthers would make the playoffs at 9-8. Actually, why is Goff back with the Rams? Whatever, but 9-8, they make the playoffs as the 7th seed. So they're kind of going in the same trajectory as last time. Let's see how McMillan did in year number 6. Okay, so McMillan would have 83 receptions, 1,233 yards, and 11 touchdowns. So he found his way to be receiver 1 while still sharing targets with 2 other receivers at 70 plus catches also, but he has a lot more yards than they do. Okay, Carolina, can you pull off an upset? Is the upset possible? The upset is not possible. They lose 24-21. How did McMillan at least do? McMillan only had 4 catches for 36 yards, so he sort of ghosted. I know he didn't sort of ghost, he did ghost. Okay, year number 7, McMillan. This is kind of a big year because you're about to maybe start declining, but who knows? So year number 7, here we go. Okay, so once again the Panthers would go 9-8, missing the playoffs, and hopefully McMillan did pretty good. Okay, so McMillan would have 83 receptions, 1,208 yards, and 16 touchdowns. However, that was not enough to pull Carolina into the postseason. Okay, so I kept simulating and simulating to eventually to the point where he would retire after 2 years after his 5-year contract. So he ended up putting up a 14-year career. However, they never even sniffed the Super Bowl once again after the one appearance where they lost against Buffalo. This is how the rest of his career stats look like. He had a pretty good career, a couple Pro Bowls, no really big awards. He was just kind of not there, but he was one of those receivers that were like maybe going into the top 5 like every year, but he just didn't have enough around him outside of Bryce Young. So yeah, he didn't win anything. The Panthers didn't win anything, and I think for one of the only times this is not a success. And the thing is, McMillan, he had a good career. Like, he didn't even have a I think only his rookie year, he didn't have 1,000 yards, but every other season after he had it. So 13 years in a row with 1,000 yards is pretty good. But, yeah, so he does not save the Carolina Panthers. Comment down below what other players, like draft prospects, I should do. And, yeah, I have a couple in mind already, but comment down below what other ones I should do. Like the video, subscribe, road to 1,000 if we haven't hit it already. And yeah, I don't know how to end these things, but